Jared Mitchell. I'm a lineman apprentice with local 126 out of Philadelphia, PA. The company I work for, we were going to come up on storm to help with the power outages up in New York. And we left around 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Tuesday. And right before I got to the shop, I started to feel like some discomfort in my lower abdomen. And I kind of blew it off. I was like, it's constipation, it's gas, it's whatever. So we left and we actually drove from Philadelphia to Albany. And it was about a 6-hour drive with the weather. And the whole time I'm just feeling this pain in my abdomen, and it got worse and worse. And we got to the hotel in Albany and it was pretty bad. I didn't eat dinner that night. I had no appetite. And then that night into Wednesday, I could barely sleep. I was tossing and turning. The pain got so bad. And Wednesday morning I woke up and I texted my boss and I said, hey, I might have to go home because this pain is not getting any better. It's been about 18 hours and I still have this abdominal pain. I'm starting to get worried. And at the same time, they were telling us that we were going to get moved from Albany to Watertown. And my boss said, okay, we're going to go to Watertown. It's about a 3-hour drive, but if you can handle it, we'll go to Watertown and we'll check you in at the ER. So we drove 3 hours and my guys dropped me off right at the front door of Samaritan. And I went into the ER and I go to the triage nurse and she asked me, stuff about my medical history, height, weight, any pre-existing conditions, anything like that. And while she's asking me this, all the lights in her little office are out. And I was like, what's going on here? And she's like, oh, we're on backup power. And she's like, yeah, it's been pretty crazy here. Everybody's got power outages. And I'm assuming that these people that are working probably have power out at home. They're telling stories about trees down and there's power lines laying across the road and all this crazy stuff. And they're still here at work, taking care of people. So they take me back to the room and the nurse practitioner comes in. Honestly, it wasn't that long. She sticks her head in and she's like, hey, it's appendicitis. And I'm like, oh, great. So I was definitely nervous because I spent a lot of time researching appendicitis the night before. And I was like, I thought it was going to be hell. And honestly, the process at Samaritan was just so seamless. A lot of people have horror stories about the ER, wait times and things and not being seen and I honestly, any of the waiting I did was never more than 15 or 20 minutes. And these people acted like it was an emergency. It was, because appendicitis can be a life-threatening thing if not treated properly. And these people didn't skip a beat and they treated it seriously and professionally, and they got my appendix out. And I went home the same day. And I was a little nervous because I'd never really had major surgery before. But, the way the people treated me and their calmness and their professionalism made me calm. It went by like that. So all of a sudden, I was in pain. And then 6 hours later, I was recovering, they just made it so easy and so seamless and made me feel calm and welcoming and like I was in a professional medical environment. Thanks for making me feel like I was, at home, at my home with my home doctor or at my home hospital. And thanks for being such professional medical personnel, and that you, even in the midst of a storm, that, you probably had things going on at home and you probably were worried about your loved ones, that you guys were still able to show me such a high level of care. I'll never forget this experience because it was such a positive one, and I'll never forget. I may not remember everybody's name, but I remember pretty much everybody's face, and I don't think I'll ever forget that.